Okay, let's finally start with the loops. Really important concept, so please pay attention. Congratulations for making it so far. Okay, so in Python there are two type of loops. First one is for loop, and second one is a while loop. So let's look at the for loop first. So the syntax goes like this: for I in array print I, and print is a function which we saw earlier. So print does nothing but prints the value present in the parameter which is I to the console. So that's a function. Okay, so in this syntax, for specify the for loop, I would be a variable. In is also part of the syntax, and array is an iterable, something we can loop over. So this has multiple elements, so we can go through it or iterate through it. It is not possible to iterate over this variable since it has a single element only. It is only possible to loop over the objects which are iterable, like array, sets or maps. Okay, keep that in mind. Now when a for loop runs, the value, it will run exactly the number of times the the number we have here in the array. So if it has 4 number of elements, it will run 4 times, and this is a advanced for loop. There is also another way to write a for loop which we will look next, but let's run it, and you can see it printed. Let me comment the other parts. Remove this also. It printed the whole list: 1, 43, 321, 12. So it will run exactly the number of times equal to the elements present in the array, and each time the value of I will change. You can also do some calculations inside this for loop. For example, if we create another variable here, x is equal to 0, and we print the value of x instead of this, and we can assign the value of x to be x plus 1. Now what this does is, when it runs the first time, it will add 1 to x, so the value of x would be 1. Next time it will add 43 to the 1, so the value of x would be 44. It would be 44 because the first time it ran, the value of x will be updated to 1. It is not 0 anymore on the second iteration. I'll run it to show you. It's 1 and 44 and so on it goes. Another way to write the for loop is using the range function. In range, you have to manually specify the number of elements. You can either specify 4 here, or you have to specify the index as 0, 2, 3. Now remember, the index for this would be 0, 1, 2, 3. That's why we have taken till 3. Now we will print. Now here you can, if you want to print the values of, okay, let's just print I first. Let's see what happens. So okay, so we have to take till 4 then. Okay, so from 0 to 4 it has given us value 0 1 2 3, but we were expecting this, right? This happened because this range function assigned the value of I to be 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3, not 4. So we have the value of indexes. Now if we want to get the value of arrays, you must remember I taught you how to get the values from array using its indexes. So if we pass 0 here, it should give us the first element, right? But this is the first element now of the array, as you can see. I'll change it so there is no confusion. See, the first element, but it is always returning 22. This is not what we want. We want every element. So we know that in I we have 0 1 2 3 4. So if we assign I here, so the first time it runs, the value for I would be 0, which will essentially convert it to array 0, then array 1. On the second iteration it would be array 1, then on the third it would be array 2, and you guessed it, array 3. So this is how it goes. This is how you can use the normal for loop to print the values present in array. I'll run it. So now you can see we have the values here, and how much time we have spent in this video. How do I see that? I can't say it. Okay, I think this was much or enough for today. I'll do another video for loops. Until then, peace out.